take it nice and easy. I think I hit that. I don't know if you could hear that, but I'm pretty sure I actually hit that. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things, and today I'm bringing you guys a video that literally no one asked for, but I think it's actually going to be pretty entertaining, cool, and definitely different. This is a single shot gun and it takes no magazines, so there will actually be no first mag impression. I know there are some people out there who look at carrying a gun every single day as a chore, but no matter what you're doing or where you're going, I guarantee that this will be the easiest gun to always have with you. We aren't talking about wallets today, but we are talking about the Lifecard from Trailblazer Firearms. Coming in at just half an inch thin and weighing less than 7 ounces, this is definitely one of the smallest and lightest firearms that I own. The Lifecard is a folding single shot pistol, and this newest version is chambered in 22 mag. In its folded configuration, everything about it is sleek, rounded, and very pocketable. This is just about the same form factor as a stack of credit cards. When unfolded, the trigger will reveal itself, and all of the controls are ambidextrous, which means just about anyone can operate it. There are built-in features that keep the gun safe, even with a round chambered while it's in its folded configuration, and there's even storage in the handle for 3 extra rounds. Now, this gun is so different from anything else that I've ever looked at here on the channel, so we are going to have to do this a little bit differently. Since this is a single shot pistol, a shooting montage of this would be pretty painful to watch. So instead, I will just shoot this thing and give you guys my thoughts at the same time. All right, now here is how this thing operates. I'm probably going to have to bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can actually see this tiny thing. There are 2 different sliding latches right here. The one on the bottom opens the gun up, and the one on the top here pops open the barrel. So I'm gonna hold it with the barrel facing down, pull down on that tab, and then it'll click into place just like that. It's kind of surprising, but this is almost like a full-handed grip on here. Granted, it is very weird compared to everything else. So now I'll hold on to that and pull back on this right here, which will pop open the barrel. Today I'm shooting some Hornady Critical Defense 22 Magnum 45 grain FTX. I only have 50 rounds here, and I don't think that I will be shooting this much more than that today. So now I'll take this one little round, drop it in the barrel there, and close that thing up. Now let me put some ear pro on, because I guarantee you that this little thing is going to be loud. Now to cock this thing, you pull back on this lever right here till it clicks. It will stay in place, and now it is ready to fire. So let's see what this thing does. Because it's so small, you really have to kind of watch where your hands are. I'm just gonna kind of grip onto it like this. And let's see how this goes. Wow, that's weird. All right, so I'll pop open the barrel, pull out that casing, and there you go. There's the first shot through this thing. Now also, while this is in its open configuration, if I slide open this little handle right here, you can see that there are 3 more rounds inside of here. I'll just take one for now, load this thing up again, always keeping in mind where that muzzle is. The spring in here is pretty stiff still, because it is new, so it's easier to cock with my right hand. Now there really is no sighting system on here. There is just a little groove down the top of the barrel here. This thing is really designed to just kind of be pointed, not actually aimed. And I'm standing back here at about 7 yards shooting at a torso-sized piece of steel, so it's kind of hard to miss. Just line up these grooves so the barrel is laying flat. This thing's really strange because when I'm pulling the trigger, it's obviously very snappy. I mean, that's a pretty big round to be coming out of a little gun like this. And I think it's actually recoiling up and pulling my finger off of the trigger. I'm gonna load up another round and try this one in slow motion. Cock that back. Yeah, this thing is like jumping up out of my hand a little bit, but still pretty damn cool. Got one more round from the handle to load up in here. That spring is still pretty tough. This thing is pretty cool. Now let's see if this 22 Magnum has enough power to even move any of those plates there. These are 1/2 inch plates of AR 550 steel coming from TA Targets. And sometimes when you don't even hit them right with a 9mm, they won't even flip all the way around to the other side. So I would be hard pressed to see this thing actually moving those. Let's see if I can even hit them at this distance. All right, well, that actually moved it a little bit more than I thought it was going to. Let's put some more shots on this steel right here. Now I want to take out this spent casing. I'm actually gonna chamber a new round, close up the barrel. Now to fold this thing up, I have to pull this hammer back here to half lock. That will move the trigger just far enough forward that it will give me the ability to fold it back up. Clicks into place and it's ready to throw into your pocket again. Now I'll talk a little bit about what this thing could possibly be used for, but first let's see how long it will take me to actually get it out of my pocket, cock that hammer, and press off a round. I'm gonna start with it up here in my front left pocket. Not the fastest thing in the world, and I'm sure reloads would be a little bit difficult, but that's really not what this thing is for anyway. So what is something like this Lifecard really for? Chambered in 22 Magnum. One thing that actually stuck out to me is what I read on their website under the About Me section. They said in 2010 they came up with a crazy idea to make a pistol that could fit inside the smallest of places. They're basically talking about an Altoid tin, which this could definitely fit in, and they came up with that idea based on an online article about building compact survival and utility kits. I'm sure everyone has seen videos online of people building out little survival tins in an Altoid container. So they say that that moment of inspiration led them to talk to many people, from collectors to serious gun enthusiasts, and they all liked the idea, simply because it was different. After 7 years, Lifecard is finally a reality and they are just getting started. So right up front there, they will tell you that they made a gun like this just because it's different. The reason why I'm even showing you this is because it's different. It's cool. It's like a novelty type of gun for me. Could it be used in certain roles? Yeah, probably. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but overall, they made this thing as just like a because we can sort of deal. Nowhere on the site are they saying that this is going to replace an EDC gun, or this is going to be your primary means of carry and self-defense, protection for yourself, family, and friends. They're simply marketing this little thing as a Lifecard, and they're like, yeah, this thing is pretty cool. And it is, I agree with that. Throw my ears back on because this thing is pretty loud for a little Magnum. Ping! It's fun to shoot too. Now I think if they would be marketing this gun differently as an alternative to actually carrying a full-size firearm, that is where a company like this would not do well. This thing is entirely made in the USA and they have a really cool thing going here. It's definitely a hell of a lot of fun to shoot. And although it's not really marketed as a self-defense weapon, I think this is one of those things that's like, it's super small and compact and it's easy to just throw in your pocket, so you really should not be leaving the house without anything. If you have a concealed carry license, I think it is very important that you do go out and get trained and you shoot a lot. It's important that you remain safe and actually carry the firearm that you're trained with you as much as possible. Something like this is definitely going to be a little bit hard to protect yourself with, but overall, I think they have a really cool product here. Should we take some steps back and see how far we can actually shoot this thing? All right, I'm back here at 20 yards, and I'll be super surprised if I could hit anything with this. Let's take it nice and easy. I think I hit that. I don't know if you could hear that, but I'm pretty sure I actually hit that. Now, one thing to note here is that once you chamber a round just like that, that bullet only has like maybe a little bit more than an inch to actually get out of that barrel there. This thing obviously isn't meant to be super crazy accurate. Like I said, it's made to be kind of like a point shot. But let's actually go back a little bit further. Now I'm back at 30 yards, and I don't even know if I'll be able to see the target be hit or swing at all at this distance. Nice and easy. All right, that was a huge miss. That was super high right. I don't know if you could see that. This would actually be really fun to have a competition with your friends to see how far of a shot you can land with this little guy. I have no idea where that one even went. Yeah, I don't know. At this distance, the rounds are just kind of getting lost. I'm surprised I actually hit that at 20 yards. So some other cool things to note about the Lifecard is that it is available in 22 mag as well as 22 long rifle. They do offer a barrel conversion kit. On their site, you can actually get a different barrel to swap out. There's simply a little screw in the front here. You can pop that off, slip in a new one, and then it will be chambered in a 22 long rifle. I actually talked with these guys at the Trailblazer booth at the last show that I was at out in Indy, and they had a lot of cool stuff there. One thing which I'm sure people will ask me about is the suppressed version of the Lifecard. They had a little bit of a prototype there where they had one of these things mounted up with a tiny little 22 suppressor out of the end here. I'm not sure which way they had it threaded on there, but that thing is pretty damn cool. If you're going for like the ultimate novelty item, I think that is a really cool option. This thing is already cool enough because it gets so small and you could really slip it into a wallet. And then getting something like this suppressed just takes it to a whole new level. Now we're back up close again, and there is one thing that I kind of wanted to add to this Sunday Gunday, and that was a simple poll from you guys out there. So I went on Instagram and I said, ask me questions about the Lifecard. And now we're gonna dive into some of these questions right now and probably answer a couple of them. Someone asks, does it shoulder well? Well, the ATF's gonna come knocking. Oh, that is concussive. No, it does not shoulder well. What is the average reload time? I don't have a timer on me, so I will have to pop one up on the screen here. I'm gonna have 1 round in the chamber and 1 round in the handle. So we'll start the timer from the first shot. Keep in mind, this is my first time doing this. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Need some more fingernails. All right, what was that? Not the quickest thing ever, but again, that's not really what it's designed for. Can you activate it to use it as a credit card? I actually watched an interview with them where they turned one of these into a black card, and that was frowned upon by American Express. So no, unfortunately you can't do that. I'm gonna lump the next two together. Could it serve a legitimate purpose besides the cool factor, and would I trust my life with it? So I think this thing actually could serve a purpose. The first thing that comes to mind is simply like a gun that you just bring with you to always have something with you. Maybe if you're going out hiking and for some reason you want to travel super light, it's always good to have something rather than have nothing. So I can see this thing simply being folded up and thrown into something like an Altoid container like we talked about. You got 4 rounds in it, 1 in the pipe and 3 in the little compartment in the back here. And then it's just there to have. Maybe you come across some animals or something and you just need some sort of self-defense. 22 Magnum is really nothing to kind of brush off, so I think there could actually be some uses for this. Now when you say would you trust your life with it, I mean, in what sense? Like, this is not going to be an everyday carry gun. Could it protect you in a very last minute pinch type of situation? Yeah, I think it could, but it's not gonna be super fast. It's not going to be super accurate. So using it as a legit form of protection to save your life, I don't really think that those go hand in hand. And then a quick final question, yay or nay? I'm gonna say yay. This gun was designed because they could, and they did it for kind of the cool factor. It definitely is a cool gun to kind of talk about and just to own. I guarantee out of everything in my safe, this thing would draw a lot of conversation just from everything else that it would be put up against. It's something that you don't see every day. The form factor is really kind of neat, and it's a pretty cool little package. Now I've got one final thing to talk about while I pop off a few more rounds here, and this is one that I don't like talking about because people complain no matter what it is. We're of course talking about the price, and as soon as I tell you that it is $3.99, people are already going to the comments right now going,
oh my god, $3.99, I could buy a Glock for that price.
And to that I say, true. You can buy a lot of things for $3.99. People are also gonna say,
guns are tools and I can buy a much better tool at that price.
Sure, you can. Like I said, you can buy a lot of things at $3.99. The thing with the Lifecard though is that people aren't actually buying this as their only means of self-defense. They're buying one of these things simply for that reason that it was designed, because it's cool. At that price point, you can obviously buy a gun that would be a better self-defense weapon, something that holds more rounds than one. It's not a single shot, faster operation. But that really is besides the point. This thing is just a blast to shoot, and that's what it was designed for. The trigger on this thing, surprisingly for what it is, it's not that bad. There's really no way for me to show you this because it is bad to dry fire something like this. I guess I could show you as I leave a casing in the chamber here. This is probably one of the weirder things that I've done. So the trigger is just a flat piece of metal. If you watch, you'll be able to see this thing drop where it actually strikes the back of the round. There's kind of like a tiny bit of take up, and then just sort of clicks. I can actually think of a few striker fired pistols with a worse trigger than this thing. But we're not really gonna go there. I just wanted to kind of show you this, guys, as a fun little thing to bring out in the range every once in a while. These things barely make any noise against that target. So that is the Lifecard in 22 Magnum. If you guys have any questions on it, let me know in the comment section down below. It's a cool little novelty thing that fits right inside your pocket. Super easy, even inside of a wallet. Thanks to everyone on Instagram who asked those questions. If you guys have any more, let me know in the comments down below. And if you are new to the channel, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every week, and that's gonna be all for today. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.